Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Pofology. In our last video we saw how to download and install Postman in our laptop. In this video we'll understand the user interface of Postman. So let me launch the Postman application. So after you have launched the Postman application, first you will have to sign in into Postman by clicking on this option. So it is basically hitting the sign in URL in the Chrome browser. So suppose if you don't have a account in Postman, you can create a new account by clicking on this option. Over here there is option to create a new account. You will have to enter your email ID, your username and your password, and click on create free account. So now you are signed into the Postman application. We'll go back to our application. So over here it is now asking for the name, so you can enter any suitable name over here. Which of these roles is closest to yours, so you can add anything as per your roles. And how do you plan to use Postman? So let us select for API documentation and click on continue. So we'll skip this for as of now. So this is basically the homepage of Postman. You have to click on this workspace and click on my workspace. So this is your work area inside Postman. On the left side you see these different options are there. So using this collection option, basically you can create a new collection and you can add different requests into it. So using this option you can add different requests into it. So basically this collection, it is used to develop a collection of requests into a single collection. So suppose you are having a functionality of say fund transfer, and there are 5 to 6 APIs which have been used while doing fund transfers. So you can make a collection of fund transfer scenario and add all the request with respect to fund transfer scenario inside this collection. You can also provide the name of that collection over here. A suitable name of that collection can be given over here, and similarly different other configurations of the collection you can do from here. Apart from this, you can also create APIs over here. API defines related collection and environment under a consistent schema. So to create an API, you can click on this option, create an API, and over here you can name that API. You can provide the version of it. You can select the schema type of the API. Apart from that, what is the schema format, you can select from over here. If you already have a API created, so you can also import those APIs from GitHub or Bitbucket using these options. Using the environment option, you can basically create different environments. For example, in many of the development phases there are different environments. Let's say there is a UAT environment, there is a production environment, and similarly there are different other environments also. So you can create those environments by clicking on this create environment option, and you can configure those environments in your Postman so that you can easily hit your APIs or your request on different environments. So you can basically create different environments using this option. Mock server is basically used to mock a server. So using this option, basically you can simulate endpoints and their corresponding responses in a collection without actually setting up a backend. So there is no need of a real server or a real backend for this purpose, you can basically mock those servers and you can execute your request and get a suitable response out of it. So using this option you can do that. Monitor option, it lets you run collection periodically to check for its performance and response. So using this option you can basically monitor the performance of your request. In the history option, basically whatever requests you will execute using this Postman, a history of that will be created over here. So in this collection, if you have to add any request, so we can add a request, and in the right side you can see the request is created. We can provide a suitable name for that request over here. Similarly, we can specify the different methods, whatever is the HTTP method being used by that URL. A complete URL can be provided over here in this text box. Clicking on the send button will execute whatever URL you have specified over here. And with respect to this URL, if there are also different parameters which have been passed, so you can specify those parameters over here. In some of the cases, an authorization is been required to access the resources on particular servers, so those authorization can be provided over here. Similarly, request headers, if there are any request headers which are required for this URL to get execute, you can add over here in the header section. The body will contain your complete request body. There are different formats which you can use to represent your request body. So using this option you can enter the request body. Prerequisite script, so basically you can write any script over here, and the programming language for that script should be in JavaScript. So this script, it will be executed before the execution of your request. So if you want to do any kind of test cases before your request is executed, so you can write that script over here. So similarly, if you want to perform any action after your URL or after your request has got executed, so in that case you can write a script over here. Again, to write a script over here, the programming language should be JavaScript. And in the settings option, you can do settings with respect to SSL certificate verification, follow redirects, and different other settings are provided over here, which you can select as per your requirements. At the top side over here, this is a sync option. So basically using this sync option, all the data in your workspace, it is backed up on the Postman servers, due to which all your information will be saved on the cloud, so that if tomorrow you logged in to some other machine using your credentials, so all the data will be available on that machine also. So this is the benefit of this sync option. Apart from this, there is an interceptor option been also provided, using which you can basically add a proxy in Postman and capture all the requests through your Chrome browser. So suppose there is some request you want to capture through Chrome browser, so you can basically add a proxy over here and you can capture those requests from Chrome browser into your Postman. So that is the use of interceptor. Over here you have different settings, documentation, support, security, privacy policies with respect to the Postman application. This option will show all the notifications if you have any. And over here, this I option, using this I option, basically you can create any environment, or you can also declare global variables which you want to use in your request. So those global variables or the environment can be added over here. So after you have configured the request and you click on send button, then the response of that, it will be shown over here in this section, response section. So this was the basic understanding of the user interface of Postman. We will see in detail about each option in our next videos, and we'll also configure a particular request in Postman and we'll see how to get that executed in Postman. So this was about the basic user interface of Postman. In our further videos, we'll see in detail, step by step, understanding and usage of Postman. Till then, stay tuned and thank you for watching.